here is the main page that you come across. It shows you how many cameras are on the site. It shows you how many healthy, faulty, or outdated. Then down here you have a list of all the cameras. So you have the camera name, which is automatically pulled from the recorder. The camera model, which is also pulled from the recorder. Then you have the Vision AI output. So Vision AI is giving this camera a score of 51 out of 100 because a few different reasons. And then if you look here, this is an 86 out of 100, is saying is low, is not a problem. And then it will also describe what it can see from the snapshot. If I just go to, and then obviously it does the, you can have a look at the preview of the snapshot as well, just by clicking on the tab. Then we're going to move into system. So here you will have the address of your client site, a map of it. Here it shows you the brand, the recorder type, the IP address, and the current firmware, most importantly, if the system clock is in date. Here you will have all the users currently set up on the recorder and the network ports. Then down the bottom, it gives you the features of the camera. So if it's a red X, it could mean that it's supported but not enabled, or it could mean that it's not supported by the camera. And the green tick is obviously is supported and enabled. By hovering over each icon, it does explain what it means, which is perfect because we regularly used to get clients ring up and ask if they could enable motion detection or if it has audio on the camera. Well, you can just log into the EM8 portal and you can instantly see what features are available. Next, we're going to go into the storage tab. So here we have the current hard drives in the recorder, the capacity, when it was last checked, and we are currently adding a feature on our next release for it to tell us how many hard drives is available to put in the recorder. So up to how many hard drives can you have? Because yet again, we used to have a client's ring to say, can we add extra recording on our recorder, or can we have it for longer? We didn't always know. We didn't used to keep assets, rightly or wrongly, for all our sites. So we would have to send an engineer out to check. Well, here you can see instantly. The vault shows you every PDF and report that's been sent to you regarding this site. So I'll just open one up now just to show you what a fault report looks like. So here you have the last known good image and what it's currently looking at now. It tells you the model of the camera, what firmware version it is. So this is perfect for two reasons. One, if you send an engineer to site, at least you know what model camera to give them. But also how many times a customer rang and said, camera 3's gone off. When the engineer turns up at site, no one knows where camera 3 is. So they spend hours looking for that camera. Well, here on the report, they would have the snapshot of the last known image. They could just go to that location and then just look, and that's where the camera is. There's another type of report we have is a storage fault report, system fault report. We got the Vision AI report, which sends a PDF when it notices a image deteriorating or the quality of an image deteriorating. And then it will also give you the overview of the last 72 hours. All these can be branded to your logo as long as you have your logo uploaded on your profile in the EM8 portal. It will show your image. Every day you get daily fault reports. So all your sites will come in to one PDF. So if you had 10 sites with us, the 10 sites will be on this one PDF. And it shows you if there's any faults with the cameras, storage, or system. It's perfect for your service department, 8 o'clock every morning to receive this and they can get a brief overview of the estate. Gatekeeper, you can enable or disable this feature. What it does is when you enable it, it'll automatically create a new user called engineer, and it will change that password every 24 hours. So if an engineer turns up on site and needs to carry out work on the local recorder, they just click on the engineer user, click reveal password, and there it shows the current password for the day. You can also rotate the password, disable the user, and everything you do here is logged in the logs feature. What it will also do when you enable it is change the admin password for that recorder, and that's stored securely in our database. So this is normally used for maybe hotel chains or any sort of business where the owner is not the primary user of that site or the recorder, because it stops members of staff changing things either accidentally or maliciously. And it also stops people and keep you compliant with GDPR. So people going onto the recorder, extracting footage, and not handling that footage request correctly. Here, talking about footage, we have our remote footage retrieval. So you can click on the start date and time, end date and time, select which camera you want, and then click get. And what that does, that uploads the footage from the edge device on site for you to be able to play the footage back remotely, and you just play that in the browser. You can email that, download footage or redact footage. We're currently working on another button where you can upload it to the police national computer with your crime reference number, and that gets sent then to the officer who's working on the particular case. If redacted is clicked, it'll take you onto this tab. You click on the footage, click generate preview, and what this is doing is looking through the whole footage to see if it can see any faces. And once it completes that, it will show us a list of snapshots. You can see here there's no faces, but if we scroll down we can see a few instances where there are faces detected. So we'd click that, scroll down, and you can click to enlarge. See, the person on the left is person 1, person on the right is person 0. So say if we wanted to redact, we wanted to keep say person 0's face in view, you would just literally click person 0 and then click start redaction. What that would do then is send that to our redaction server. The system automatically redacts every single person in that footage, apart from the person that you selected. It sends it back to our Cortex AI to check over it to make sure we haven't missed any faces or blurred the wrong person. If any changes are needed, it's automatically sent back to the redaction server. This is done 3 times just to make sure that the process is done correctly. And once that's complete, the system would send you an email to say your footage is ready for download. You can then come onto the portal. You've got 2 options of playing, either HLS or MP4. I just go and fast forward. There we go. So that is what it will look like. As you can see, the person's face is redacted. This is version 1.3, I think, when we done this. Looks slightly different, is more blur, maybe more pixelated as well. But this is done automatically. This is just a free feature that we offer inside the portal. And then same principle, then that footage can be emailed or downloaded. In logs, we have any device changes, any remote GUI logs, any footage requests, redaction requests, and then admin password requests. And what that does is it logs the date and time and who requested, say, the footage, etc. So you've got a full flow of data handling as well. So the remote GUI code as GUI page, literally going to use your username and password and log in here as normal as if you was on site. You got the Arc Connect, which if I just show you when it's off, what it does, you can select the Arc that that site is registered to. So say, let's just say Arc Monitoring Filton. We enable the Arc access. And here we go, simple as that. You can download the PDF. And this is what you would provide to the Arc. So this is a secure link only accessible to the Arc because it's done through whitelisting of the IP addresses and it runs through our firewalls. So the only things that the engineer would need to set up on site is the email configuration. So you put in our SMTP server and our port, and then the sender's name, address, and recipient that's supplied to you by the Arc. And it is simple as that. That is now securely connected to your requested Arc. Here you will have a log as well of every time the Arc connects in or the check-ins through the system. So setup, all you have to do is when you take one of our devices to the site, you plug it into the network, you click Hub Settings. All we need is the recorder brand, IP address, username and password. Click Save Changes, and within a few minutes, up to 5 minutes, the system will have done its initial configuration and look at the system and gather all the information that it needs. That is your involvement. There is nothing else for you guys to do. So as you can see, this is perfect for all your sites because not only now does the client just get the once a year visit or twice a year visit from yourself for the CCTV maintenance, and maintenance is carried out every 5 minutes with our system. It checks all the core features every 5 minutes and then sends it to Vision AI every half an hour to check the image quality of that camera. Now I run through this pretty fast, but if you would like more details or you would like a personal one-to-one demo, then please head over to engineermate.com to book your demo today.